let's get into this American gun laws conversation, and I'm gonna start with a video that I saw on BBC. So I'm gonna play it for y'all right now.
Aren't you guys tired of covering this? Aren't you guys tired of being here and having to cover all of these mass shootings? I'm from Highland Park, Illinois. My son and I survived a mass shooting over the summer. I am in Tennessee on a family vacation with my son, visiting my sister-in-law. I have been lobbying in D.C. since we survived a mass shooting in July. I have met with over 130 lawmakers. How is this still happening? How are our children still dying, and why are we failing them? Gun violence is the #1 killer of children and teens. It has overtaken cars. Assault weapons are contributing to the border crisis and fentanyl. We are arming cartels with our guns and our loose gun laws, and these shootings and these mass shootings will continue to happen until our lawmakers step up and pass gun safety legislation. We have to do something. We all have to call our lawmakers, and we all have to make our lawmakers make change now, or this is going to keep happening, and it's going to be your kid and your kid and your kid and your kid next, because it's just a matter of time.
All right, so we get the gist. Gun laws need to change in America is what she's basically saying. If you don't, then your kids, and your kids will be in danger in a foreseeable future. Listen, obviously I'm from the UK, so if there's any Americans that are locked in, I can't really. It's weird because obviously gun laws in the UK are very simple. They're illegal. You can't really use them. There's no such thing as having a license. Unless I guess you are in the army or you're a police, or you're in a job that requires you to carry a weapon, right? And more time, these officers be carrying tasers, like, you know what I'm saying? They ain't even carrying guns with bullets more time. Obviously, I think the higher rank officer you are, the better your weapons, right? I think if you just I don't know, innit, but I'm guessing if you just like downgrade, not that important, here's a taser, more like a markup, like the markups in the States, right? You ain't shit. But I don't know if that's capped though, or you know what I mean? I don't know when a taser is important and when a taser is not, but yeah. Stick to the conversation of gun law problem. Yeah, so it's illegal here, right? We still have gun crime issues here, but they get imported illegally and yada yada yada. And more time in this country, the guns that get imported are the same guns that are used for several crimes. So it'll be a gun that's used for this crime, and then that same gun will get used on other crimes. So whoever it's like either the person borrows the gun and gives it back and then gets put in jail, and then somebody else buys that exact same gun and it ends up doing a completely different crime. Because you find a lot of crimes in this country, the same weapons are being recycled in crime. But in the States, because you have things like licensing and you got shops where you can literally just go and purchase your gun, in more cases they might actually be able to have that gun. It might even be licensed. It might even be licensed by, if you got your security team, you just take it off to that. You know what I mean? There's more chance that you're allowed to have this gun. So you pulling up to do your shooting isn't that far-fetched, because for you to get a gun isn't that difficult to find. A lot of these kids might just be stealing their parents' guns, pulling up to school and doing a mass shooting, is what I'm trying to say. It's not that difficult to find a gun for a lot of the Americans. I do agree that we need to, they need to look into this gun law situation. It's not as simple as just banning it, though. I think if you just ban it, it becomes a whole other issue, because you are then taking away, because a lot of the states, they have like this sort of like, I can't remember the law is called, but it's like a self-defense thing. Like if someone tries to rob your house and you shoot them, you in some states that is cool, that's fine, as long as you're protecting yourself and your family and your home, you are allowed to retaliate. Obviously in this country we don't really have, well, we have self-defense, but we don't really have the weapons to really attack. So more time, if your house is getting burgled, you're fully taking the L. Like the burglar's probably got a knife on your neck, they probably got a gun on to your head, and they're stealing, and you're not doing nothing. You're powerless, because you either get to the kitchen on time and try to bang a knife, but like it's a bit peak, because here you're kind of almost get done for murder or attempted murder, even though you were it's so weird. Like self-defense, yeah, it exists, but if someone burgled my house and they killed them, it's almost like your life's done. Like you've basically kill a human being, even if you know what I mean. It's a bit different here. But yeah, gun laws in America, I think, is an issue, something that needs to be discussed. Listen, personally, I think guns. It's weird. I don't agree with people having guns, right? I don't agree with. I think guns, like, if you're gonna have license for guns and etc., I think guns should be something that you can purchase, as you do, but shouldn't be allowed to be kept in your home. Now, I think, depending on what you use a gun for, I think you should be able to purchase your guns or whatever, and then they have to be stationed somewhere. I don't know, like a gun station. I don't know, with like lockers and shit, right? Where you go grab it and do what you need to do with the gun. Now, then there's going to be the argument of, okay, cool, but what happens if someone burgles my house and I can't get to my gun in time? I ain't got time to like get in a whip and drive to get there. That's a different conversation. I think the people that should be allowed to have a gun in their homes are people who need to have a gun. Whether that's you working for the police force, whether that's like a job that requires you to need a gun. I think a general public shouldn't really have access to the gun in their homes. But that's just, I don't know, that's just an opinion of a person who's always been in countries where guns are illegal. And I understand there's people that love to do gun shooting. Like, like in this country, people go to like shoot shit, like shoot stuff, and you might have your own gun that you rather use than like bloody go to the shooting range and use their gun. Why not bring your gun? Do you know what I'm saying? So then you can go and pick up your gun and then go to the shooting range shit. So I'm basically trying to say, like, for the people that just want to have gun and really practice shooting and enjoys the activities around shooting, or I don't know, they go hunting. I don't know, nigga. I'm not saying hunting is acceptable. Don't be shooting animals, but you know what I mean. If that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do. You know what I'm saying? I feel like you should be able to pick up your gun, but then again, self-defense and having guns in our home, that's a whole conversation that I don't really want to have, because I'm not gonna win the argument. I don't really know enough about the crime rate in the States to give a full opinion on whether you should have a gun in your home or you shouldn't. All I can say is, from the stories I've heard, if you can't afford security, I mean, I know why you're getting a gun. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's one of them ones. Let me know what you think about the American gun law. Should it change? Should it not? Should we shake it all about? Yeah, man, it's a difficult one, because it's something that seems to be an issue, a huge issue within the States, and it's something that I believe needs to be looked at just to save the kids. I think we're talking about children as young as 14, 15, picking up weapons and killing man, whether that's a racial attack, whether that's, I'm being bullied. And I mean, there's a lot of stories, right? I'm not having this mental health thing, though, because if that's a mental health thing, we need to be giving that same energy to the Asians, to the Muslims, to all the man that you lot say is a terrorist attack. We need to keep that same goddamn energy, because you lot don't be keeping that energy. I'm just saying. But yeah, gun laws in America. Should it change or should it not? You let me know.